Sup guys, I'm using natural light today. I'm caffeinated, that's why I'm talking a bit fast. I have my blinds open, so there's a little bit of glare on my glasses. Can't really help that because I didn't get the thing that chose not to have the glare because that would have cost more because I had to pay for them out of pocket. I got like a week off, so I'm just gonna do reaction videos in the morning. And yeah, I just finished a coffee, so yeah, and I'm gonna be crocheting, and we are doing the horse of Villisca Axe house. Yeah, the caffeine's very much hitting. My brain's going faster than my mouth.
Well, we've been wanting to come here a long time.
Yeah, bit of a bucket list.
Yeah,
place,
I think they talked about the murder and true
It's
crime.
just when I actually cross the items off this bucket list, I'm not very excited. I am when I'm at home, imagining it, but now that I'm standing here looking at it.
Now you gotta be brave.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to do that?
The Villisca Axe murder house. Look, it's kind enough to remind us when the horrible event happened.
Yeah.
Grab
Yeah.
a picture, send a postcard to your parents.
Huh.
Ugh. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate the Villisca Axe murder house as part of our ongoing investigation into the question,
You're an
are
airplane.
ghosts real?
I think that I still think ghosts might be real in certain locations. Like, if you look at a place where a battle happened, yeah, I'd be surprised if it wasn't haunted. In fact, I think Senior's Valley Mission Inez might be haunted, but since it's like right next to downtown Solving where a fuck ton of bakeries are, it smells so good that the ghosts are chill.
It's back. A location voted one of the most terrifying
I
places
am
in America.
checking in
This
this little
unassuming family home in Villisca, Iowa was the setting for one of the most grisly,
can
infamous,
see the
unsolved
effects of
murders in
caffeine.
American history.
So the ghoul boy is gonna show up and do that little dance.
Right
Knowing
here.
absolutely nothing about this and having driven through Iowa, I'm terrified. Because I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe that Iowa is haunted.
Just as a whole, just as soon as you cross the state lines, you could have a hitchhiking ghost.
Yeah, and look,
Spooky
I'm sure there's plenty of nice people in Iowa, but I'm from Illinois, so they can all go fuck
Oh,
themselves.
God, let's not bring up the...
Yeah, we got beef.
There's no reason to bring up the I-State turf war.
There's a lot of turf out there in the Midwest. Turf wars, yeah, we don't like each other.
How many skulls have you claimed in this turf war?
Countless.
Oh, shit.
Lots
Okay,
of
let's get into
skulls.
it.
Built in 1868, this three-bedroom house was purchased
That's a
by
nice
local
house.
business owner Josiah B. Moore in 1903. Josiah, his wife, Sarah, and their 4 children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, and Paul, lived in the small-frame home located on 2nd Street and were the very picture of a perfect family. On June 9th, 1912, around 9:30 p.m., the Moore family made their way back home after attending a special service for children at the local church. The Moore family was joined by Lena and Ina Stillinger, who were friends of their eldest daughter and were sleeping over that night. Early the next morning, Mary Peckham, the Moore's neighbor, was up at 5 a.m. hanging laundry. By 7 a.m.,
that's not like
she
I'm
noticed
hanging
that no one
laundry.
in the Moore home was awake and doing their usual daily chores.
Come on.
Mary recalled that
Cook.
something just felt off. The Moore's untended horses began neighing, so Mary walked over to the Moore home and knocked on their door.
Is someone gonna
There
feed the
was no
horses?
answer. She attempted to open the door,
Horses need
but
food.
found it to be locked.
Uh-oh.
Growing increasingly distressed, Mary called Josiah's brother Ross, and at 8:30 a.m. on the morning of June 10th, 1912,
Yep, the murder.
Ross Moore stepped inside his brother's family home to find the unthinkable.
Death. Spider webs.
This might be the door that the killer entered through. Or
Yeah.
at least some suspect that.
Did they have glasses on doors back then? I mean,
And
they made
here
of.
we are. Hello. Hi there. Well, this is the kitchen, and as you can see, everything is pretty much set as it would have been in 1912. All of the furniture is almost the same. This, for the most part, is what it looked like that night. Every footstep in here shakes this house.
Yeah, just as a quick example, because it seems to really, if I just give a little
Which
Ugh.
makes it kind of hard for me to believe that this guy could have snuck around.
Well, it's been like over 100 years since the murder happened, so the boards are probably not what they used to be.
But he did. Somehow.
Do you get bad vibes from this place, Ryan?
I mean, I don't love it. I don't love any of the places that we go through. But I will say that this place in particular, because it's so small and such horrible things happen in such a small area, the concentrated dread here is unlike most places we've been to.
Ross opened the door to the downstairs bedroom to find the lifeless and bloodied bodies of Lena and Ina Stillinger in bed.
That's
The local
sad.
paper paints a gruesome picture of what Ross Moore beheld that fateful morning. Quote, their heads chopped open with an axe, a spectacle so repulsive that it was almost beyond comprehension that 6 more victims, murdered in identically the same fashion, lay in the 2 bedrooms upstairs. End quote.
Dang. By the way, I feel like my eyeballs are vibrating a little bit from the caffeine. I don't drink lattes that often. I just got it because it was like this. It was like the weekly special, and it's like their Easter special, and yeah.
Just
caffeine.
one night, 8 people had been systematically murdered with an axe,
think lattes
and
have
not
more caffeine
one
than regular
person
coffee.
heard or saw a thing. Upon investigation, all 8 victims appear to have been killed in their sleep, with one exception. The only sign of struggle apparent was with Lena Stillinger.
Oh.
Her arm was arranged in a way that appeared she had tried to stop the attacker. She also had a small cut on that same arm to suggest that she may have been nicked by the axe. Strangely, investigators also discovered a 2-pound slab of raw bacon,
That is fucking random.
carefully wrapped in a dish towel in the same room in which the Stillinger girls were found.
Obviously, the fact that someone could commit heinous crimes like this is baffling to me, but the bacon just kind of tips it over the edge for me. I just
fucking
don't
weird.
understand it.
My thoughts are, it is someone who knows the family and they have some weird personal gripe that has to do with like a hall.
Oh, so this is kind of like the equivalent of like the horse head in the bed.
Exactly.
Or they had bought their breakfast for the next day, put it in their pocket, did the murdering. The bacon fell out of their pocket because I've had stuff falling out of my pockets and not notice because I was busy doing something.
Exactly.
Or he missed breakfast.
Yeah.
This is the room that the Stillinger girls were
I hope
killed
you guys
in,
can
and this
hear
is
me.
actually the first 2 bodies that were found by Mr. Moore's brother.
Well, they've sure got this place stocked up with spooky toys.
That is true. They definitely cornered the market on creepy dolls.
What the
Well, it's
fuck?
said that people feel very oppressive feelings in here. It's said to have split groups up. They'll start arguing with each other and stuff like that.
Yikes.
I dare them to try and split us up.
Can't be done.
Can't be
We're
done.
Ghoul brothers.
That's a bond that lasts forever. They also found the 2 pounds of bacon right there.
Yum.
I'm going to turn on a device here that may help you speak with us. You could use the energy from this device to communicate. It's everyone's favorite tool. Say it with me. Here comes
The
the
spirit box.
Okay, my name is Brian.
I'm Shane.
Can you say our names back to us? If there's something here with us right now, can you say Ryan or Shane?
I don't know. Wait.
Right now I'm reaching out to whoever murdered
What? Is this supposed to be a fucking doll? Looks fucking weird.
in this house. Why did you do it? Hey,
What did he say?
I'm gonna ask you again. Prove to me that it was you who did this, because I don't believe you.
Hey, you sick little weirdo. Huh?
I'm reaching out to Lena and Ina right now. I'm really sorry what happened to you. Can you tell me your names if you're here? Are you scared of us?
Who did he sweat?
Just said switch.
Switch? Oh, I'll hold it. You want to talk to me?
Here.
Why is it saying switch
I've
it off?
never held this thing before. I don't enjoy it. Talk to me. I don't respect you. That should rile you up. I think you suck. Ryan loves you. Big fan of your work.
That's not true.
Yeah, he's a sicko just like you.
That's not true.
I think you're a loser.
Jesus.
That thing sucks.
Yeah.
Almost 100 years later, in June 2009, one visitor visited the newly renovated home now owned by Darwin and Martha Lynn and attempted to make contact with the Stillinger girls in the very room in which their lives were shockingly cut short. The visitor called out to the girls, asking them to turn his flashlight off and on. They obliged every time, causing him to proclaim, quote, "I believe the spirits of all 8 victims still dwell
Just for
within
at least
that house."
one ghost is in
End
there.
quote.
The mag light is hooey.
Why?
And if it is true, he just proved that only like at least one ghost is there, not all 8.
Because it's not, there's
Give me more evidence.
Oh God, I think he blacked out.
no correlation. Even if
Yeah.
the flashlight was turning on and off, you hear,
Okay, calm down, calm down.
there's nothing to back it up. There's no
Yeah.
science behind it. You could say nothing at all.
Yeah, you can
they will
set
turn
yourself
on and off.
up.
Here's the best I can use here. We're sleeping in a tent. We hear hoof noises outside. We wake up in the morning and see hoof prints outside. And I say, there were horses here last night. And you say, yes, it was a unicorn. And I say, what? That's what's happening
Well,
here.
unicorns aren't real.
I mean, if you think about it, technically rhinos are.
And ghosts are real.
Now, for me to really think there's something here, I'm going to need to see some intelligent responses on the actual flashlight I tell you to turn on. We're not just focusing on one flashlight.
We're looking for Morse code.
If there's something in here right now, please turn off the black one while turning on the blue one.
So we want to see them switch.
Exactly.
Oh,
No, not good enough.
you got to turn the black one off if you remember the instructions. That's what we were asking for. Let's turn off that black flashlight. Huh?
That's good. I like
Come on.
it. You really commanded.
Let's just turn off that sexy little black flashlight. Oh, wrong one. Boy, you're not good at following instructions, huh? Oh.
Switching them now? Are you going to switch it? Switch from the black to the blue right now.
Come on.
Oh. No, you're teasing us
I
tonight.
mean, I kind of
huh?
want to believe in ghosts.
Come on.
So I just
Look,
have like
we've heard
theories on
lots
if
of
ghosts are
reports
haunted.
that whatever's in here loves playing with these flashlights. And all I'm seeing right now is random activity.
Yeah. Maybe the ghosts aren't
Okay,
there.
now we're at even.
Okay, baseline.
Turn the blue one, the one on the left, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blue one on now.
Turn on the blue one in 3, 2. Fuck.
It's too soon.
If we do it enough times, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna think that's a real thing. I don't know, man. I think we're alone in this room right now.
Yeah, I'm saying this house has good vibes.
Maybe
Yeah.
you bring in the good vibes. Maybe
I
you're
do
just...
bring good vibes. They're probably very happy that not some dour ghost hunter coming in here being like, oh, I feel sense and energy. You know, I'm coming in being like, let's party, folks. Except for the murderer. We do not want to party with you.
It may sound unimaginable now, but due to the heinous nature of these crimes and the fact that the town of Villisca only had 2,000 residents, the crime scene became a
Yeah.
full-blown spectacle
they still
with
do.
upwards of 100 people touring the
Minus
home,
that part.
with the bodies of the 8 victims
Fucking
still
weird.
in it. Even after arriving to examine the scene, the
I mean, nowadays you got people just posting pictures of dead bodies on the internet. Like, they'd be like, oh hey, look, I found this body without a head. I found a turtle on a blooded corpse. That's fucking weird. I mean, it's fucking weird, guys. Still look at that shit. I mean, like, people are fucking weird, and I am people, which is weird.
town marshal went so far as to let the townspeople handle the axe,
Dude!
utterly contaminating the murder weapon left behind by the killer themselves.
Moron!
Do you think this has anything to do with why this case is unsolved?
Yeah!
I think it has everything to do with it, Ryan.
Well, step right up. Come here and see if you could do the same whack. Like,
I mean, I want to visit a serial killer museum for the hell of
wait a
it.
second, I was smiling in that one. Do another one. That's the town marshal.
Again. Iowa.
Again.
Finally, at
1910s.
noon, about 3.5 hours after the bodies were found, the Villisca National Guard arrived.
Finally, some
When they were
responsible
finally
adults.
able to secure the scene, authorities could then begin investigations into who could have committed these 8 gruesome axe murders on a quiet Sunday night in a town the Iowa Touring Atlas called, quote, one of the finest cities in the state, end quote. The motive for the murders was unclear, as there was no evidence of a robbery or any other reason why the Moore family would have been targeted. Investigators found Josiah's pants hung on his and Sarah's bedpost, still containing cash,
Yeah,
a
it's
check,
personal.
and keys. They also found a huge gash in the wall of the
Oops.
parents' upstairs bedroom right above the mirror, now covered with clothing by the murderer. It is believed
Yeah.
this mark was made, quote, by the upswing of the axe, end quote. Further evidence bears this out, as Josiah was the only victim killed with the sharp end of the axe.
Oh,
All
everyone
7
else got the
others
blunt.
died by being bludgeoned with the blunt back edge
Fuck.
of the axe.
This is the bedroom of Josiah
That's
and
fucked
Sarah
up.
Moore, and it was here that there still is a mark from the axe from the upswing, so you
And
could
it's
only
still
imagine the
have the
force
mirror
that this dude
covered
was
up.
coming down on. There is a dread to this room. Also, once again, sheet over the mirror.
Just straight up spooky.
There's something about this guy. There's like, I don't know if it's a vanity thing or he was ashamed of what he was
What if it's like that belief that you have to cover a mirror so ghosts don't get trapped in the mirror or some shit?
doing, but he couldn't control himself. And it was in the girl's bedroom. It's been everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his deal is. Right now I'm reading.
I'm gonna quickly do a Google. Okay, it's covering mirrors during a particularly in Shiva. It's written various cultural, religions, and beliefs. Or religious, cultural, and religious beliefs. Come on, brain, fucking work. The practice aims to symbolize redirection of focus inward, away from the outward appearance and toward reflection and introspection, as well to prevent potential spiritual disturbances. Maybe that's why it's not that haunted, because someone covered up the fucking mirrors. I'm starting to think maybe the guy covered the mirrors because he thought that would stop the house from being haunted.
Reaching out to the spirit of Josiah and Sarah Moore. First off, thank you for having us in your house. Really, genuinely sorry for what happened to you. If there's anything you'd like to let us know about that night, please reach out to us.
We're very non-judgmental.
What?
Sorry. Can you say that again?
While the voice I heard in this moment was not captured, an audio recorder left in this room later picked up a voice saying this. Is this the voice of the Villisca axe murderer?
Who's hearing me right now? Why did you do what you did?
Strangely, all 8 of the victims' faces had been covered with clothing or bedding after being killed, and at some point, the murderer is also believed to have closed all the window curtains.
So obviously he couldn't have covered up those mirrors before he killed
He
them. Could
could
be
have
too loud.
if he was like sneaky.
Well, he's got to be sneaky in the first place. Was it rainy that night or anything? How loud is it in Iowa? Because to kill one person and not wake up another person, impressive. To kill 7 people
That's true.
and not even wake up the 8th one,
Wait, why do they cover people's faces when they die? Okay. Covering a deceased person is a multifaceted tradition rooted in respect, modesty, and practical concerns, as well as it signifies reverence for the deceased, provides closure for the mourners, and can prevent the spread of potential diseases. I'm thinking the guy was I think the killer believed in ghosts.
How?
Among cigarette butts and bloody footprints, investigators also found food on the kitchen table from where the murderer had fixed themselves something to eat before exiting out the front door,
Yeah,
locking it,
murdering
and taking the
would make
key
you
with them.
hungry.
Years later, the home's caretaker, Johnny Hauser, would have another encounter originating in the kitchen that would stop him in his tracks. Hauser, who has stated that he was very much a skeptic prior to working at the house, said, quote, "I'm up in the kids' room, and I locked the kitchen door so nobody can walk in. And as I'm up there, somebody walks in the house,"
Whoa.
end quote. Hauser goes on to say he's so positive it's someone trespassing that he decides to pull a prank that will set them straight. So he hides in the closet of the children's upstairs bedroom and waits until, quote, "Finally he goes upstairs into the room I'm in. I kick the door open and scream. Nothing. At all. Soon as I see there's nothing, it just sucked the air like I got the wind knocked out of me." End quote.
What if it was
This
just
is the children's room, obviously.
What if it was just an animal in the walls? Because, like, sometimes I just hear, like, skittering behind my bed, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Is this place haunted? Is someone fucking with the router? Nope, we just have mice in the walls.
Obviously, this is where all the more children slept, and where they were sleeping the night of the
Wait, did they kill the
awful
fucking?
tragedy,
Did the guy kill the
obviously.
fucking baby?
And it is unnerving to be sitting on this bed. Actually,
Mom, Dad, 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, 2 guests. Like, yeah, he killed a baby.
kind of curious what this closet looked like to be hiding in here. Nope, not doing that.
I'll go in there.
You can do it. Yeah, you
Again, people were smaller back then.
do. Oh, is it awful?
There's more people in here.
It's fucking weird.
Bye-bye.
Hey. I'm gonna turn my light out.
Why not put the
Me too.
pants on the
Oh, fuck
Barbie?
me. You can make your presence be known. I could hear everything right now. To the more children, I'm really sorry what happened to you happened to you. Do you have anything you'd like to say? I'm just here to help.
It's just throwing the ball to
Whoever's with me right now, can you tell me your name?
It's just Dragon.
Oh, shit!
What was that, Shane?
Shane? Is that you?
No, I'm in the closet. Just chilling.
The fucking bed moved. Oh, shit! Is that you?
No, I didn't do shit.
Hold it. How old is
When
the
should I
fucking
come out of
frame?
here?
Or maybe come out now. You can come out now. Jesus fucking Christ.
What occurred?
Here, sit on the bed. Sit where I was sitting. Kind of felt like this.
Oh, that's a ghost thing.
I thought somehow you kind of like bumped the wall because you know
Yeah.
it's houses.
No, I was standing
Yeah.
directly behind the door.
If that was you that moved the bed, can you please move it again? Because I would like my big tall friend here to experience it. Can you move that curtain off the mirror? That little towel, that little blanket? Is there anybody here with us in this room right now?
I'll kill him?
Sounded like Michael Rooker. He's not dead, is he?
No.
Oh,
far as
yeah,
I
he's not dead as of that episode being aired.
Stop it. Do you want us to stop?
And we want Shane to stop being stupid, or they want
It
him to
sounded like
stop.
stop me.
Somebody stop me!
I don't think it's Jim Carrey.
Oh.
Stop you from what? Is there anything you want to say to us?
Do you have murdering OCD?
Huh?
What are your parents' names?
Your parents' name
I
or
didn't really
stop
quite
me?
catch that. Could you say that again? Whose parents? What's your parents' names?
Have anything to tell us about the person who killed you? Did you see them?
I hope not. Something one? What did you see? Okay, I'm gonna turn it off.
I think I'm starting to have the caffeine crash. Or not.
You gotta love technology. Love the spirit box, love all that it gives us. What a wonderful gift.
I sense the sarcasm in your voice.
It sucks. It's a stupid piece of shit.
While some investigations suggest the presence of the family in the house, multiple others suggest that the house is haunted by the killer themselves. Investigators from
What if there's older ghosts in the house? Kind of like, you know the Ghosts franchise? You know, BBC, USA, Germany, France, soon to be Australia, and who the fuck knows how many else. They all have at least one ghost that predates the house being built. The Germany, the BBC one has a caveman ghost. The America one has a Viking and a Lenape. The France one has another caveman and a Gaul warrior, and the Germany version has a come on brain, come on, another caveman and a Roman soldier. They don't have any World War II soldiers because Germany doesn't really do that much, but they do acknowledge that there are ghosts from World War II.
the show Kindred Spirits picked up an EVP response to the question, "Did you do something to this family?"
Just back to the Germany ghosts, I think that most of the World War II German soldier ghosts went straight down to hell.
The response? "I killed them." A medium picked up the presence of the killer in the house, describing him as, quote, "giddy about what he was going to do," end quote, and that his favorite type of person was the type that was weak and easily manipulated,
Like a kid?
quote, "putty in his hands," end quote.
Dude.
So if the killer does indeed still reside in this house,
Fucking jerk.
how did he originally get in? What investigators hypothesize was that the murderer had gained access to the Moore family home by removing the screen of a first-floor window. However, evidence at the scene made this method of entry seem implausible in lieu of a far more terrifying theory.
Uh-oh.
The murderer was most likely hiding in the Moore's
Oh,
attic,
shit.
lying in wait and holding Josiah Moore's own axe.
That's creepy.
Well, it's the big bad of the house.
Why did they put clown dolls in there?
Oh, wow, this may be the first room we've encountered
Attics are already creepy enough. You don't need to add fucking clown toys.
that's neither Ryan nor Shane-sized. Gonna move this awful little doll.
This is concerning. Oh, that's nice.
And again,
Nice that you
people
look
were
like a
smaller
little
back
king
then.
here.
Well,
King of the dolls.
This is actually probably where he's
Wait,
at.
that's a doggy dog. That's a toy dog, not a clown.
How did they not see him in here? The room was... I guess maybe they would have, like, a bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah, why would they
Yeah.
live in here? Do you check every room in your house before you go to sleep?
Yes.
You don't strike me as that kind of a cautious kind of guy. I feel like you would just go to sleep with the windows and doors open.
You do what you do to make your girlfriend feel safe.
That's well, there is no real kind of mistaking who would be in here.
It's the stinker.
It's just you, and you know who you are.
Mr. Bad News.
Who's in here with us right now? What was that? Why did you do what you did? I hear you enjoy it. Is that true?
Oh.
Why are you still here? What year is it? 18. What does that mean?
When was this episode uploaded?
I'm gonna turn this off in 10 seconds.
I'm just gonna quickly check when this episode aired. 2021.
10,
Maybe
9,
the ghost has COVID brain. I'm
last
just adjusting
chance
the
to say
sleep
anything.
for later.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
But perhaps
I think that maybe the ghost has COVID brain if there is a ghost. I mean, a ghost. Because the pandemic fucked up everyone's sense of time. And my sense of time is already shit.
no event indicating the killer's presence remaining in the house was more clear than what happened in 2014. On November 7th, the caretaker Johnny Hauser greeted that evening's overnight guests, a man in his 50s along with his elderly parents. Hauser noted that the man was carrying a large hunting knife on his belt.
Why?
Hauser checked them in and then left for the night. The next morning, Hauser heard that the man, who was apparently in the house alone, had been stabbed
What
in the
the
downstairs
fuck?
bedroom the night before. The knife had been jabbed
Did
into
he die?
his chest, and he laid in a pool of his own blood until he was found. The man's injuries were labeled as self-inflicted.
Did he sleep stab
Miraculously,
himself?
the man survived the attack and even returned to the home years later. When it came to
I think it's more likely that he stabbed himself in his sleep. Like sleep stabbing. I know there's sleep murdering.
explaining what actually happened that night, all the man could remember was going into the bedroom with the goal of provoking the spirits. And the next thing he
Fucking
knew,
idiot.
he was waking up in an emergency room.
So let's see if I end up in a puddle of my own blood.
The caretaker noted that the first thing the man did was apologize to the house for his behavior. Hauser states that he didn't believe a ghost stabbed the man, but he does think that perhaps the house has a dangerous effect on people and their mental state while inside. Also of note, the axe used in the murders, originally owned by Josiah himself, was found in this very room in which the stabbing occurred. And with that being said,
That might
we
be
will
one of the
now
most haunted rooms
end
in the
our
house if it is haunted.
investigation individually, in the home alone, starting in the downstairs bedroom, just like the man who was supposedly attacked in 2014.
You can hear my stomach. It's actually like grumbling right
You're gonna freak out
You
in
need
there.
some food.
now. I'm gonna shit my pants.
You know what? It's extra
Go
scary.
to the bathroom
because
beforehand.
The environment that you'll be in, darkness, quiet, is exactly the conditions when he murdered all those people.
I know. I was
Creeping around the house just like him.
I was thinking that.
Here we are in the good old Villisca Axe Murder House. It's me, Shane. I'm here alone, so now's a great time to fuck with me.
You know, it used to tear me up that he would go in there and have a grand old time, but now I'm just frankly impressed by it. And he just seems to have no fear, which I
Yeah.
used to see as courageous, but now I just think he's an insane person.
I think
If
it's
you're
both.
the killer, why don't you turn that left flashlight off right now? If you're the killer, turn that left flashlight off. I'd very much appreciate it. There's just
What
a
happens when
little
the battery
glimmer of
fucking
light
dies?
left in it.
Do they
it's
always
gone.
put fresh
there we go.
batteries?
Okay, it's off. Okay, so the killer is here. Odd choice to stick around this house. As
What
I said,
if the ghost is cursed?
you kind of successfully did all the murders here and then also chose to haunt this place? Did you not die somewhere else?
Probably
Or is this
did.
like you returned to the scene of the crime to yuck it up a little bit? I don't know. Well, the flashlight went on again.
Yeah.
Is that a yes? Is that a yes? You did choose to return here?
You know, I could acknowledge
Has anyone ever tried using a text-to-speech board for ghosts?
intellectually
Ghost
that I'm
hunting?
not gonna die in there, but for whatever reason, it's still very horrifying, the idea that I might see something.
Once again, my name is Shane. I'm looking for the killer. Hey, fucko!
The thing that probably sucks the most about this one is that spirit in there, if the killer is in fact in there,
It's just got a little bit
Tends
of darker
to,
gray on it.
really gravitate
Talking
towards
about the hat.
antagonistic forces or people who are scared. And what Shane's doing in there is pissing it off,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna the guy's gonna be in there, you know, punching air because he can't get to the big guy, and then I'm gonna walk in there
Yeah.
and be scared with him being pissed off already.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna stick a metaphorical ghost dildo up my ass or something like that. I don't know what a ghost will do. It's gonna suck.
Now, I think they've asked us not to sleep on these beds. I'm gonna lay down on the floor next to it and close
Well, how
my
old
eyes.
are the fucking
And
beds?
then, if the killer is here,
I also
or if
think
the
the beds are
spirit
just
of the
fucking
killer is
old.
here, now would be a great time. Use your ghost powers to strangle me. Maybe when I open my eyes, you can be levitating like an inch above my face or something. It's actually quite calming. I'm very vulnerable. I'm so vulnerable right now. Oh my God. You could really take a whack at me, I'll tell you that. So many people would see it. It would be trending for at least a day or two on Twitter. People would be like, oh my God, you see this guy get fucking split in two by a ghoul. Really pleasant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have a fun time in there?
I took a little nap up on the top floor. Word of warning.
Yeah, this is gonna be some really helpful information. Go.
It doesn't feel right in there when you're alone.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
It doesn't feel right.
Your eyes actually look really scary right now.
Yeah, because I've been in there.
Now get on in there.
How the fuck did I get myself into this?
Now that
Well-
Ryan's here, I'm gonna be a little more scared. Ooh, I am very much shaking
is
because of
me.
the caffeine.
I'm alone. I am not my fear. I'm stronger than my fear.
I'm surprised we don't hear any screams right now. He may be dead.
You know, I missed out on
It's
getting like
possible
the
his heart just
Halloween
stopped, and he's
versions
lying on the
of
floor in there.
the Clicks
Okay.
plushies.
I'm
Maybe
in
I'll leave
the
it around again
Ina
this year.
Stillinger room with Elena Stillinger. This is where the two girls that were sleeping over got killed. Ha 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 ha.
Coffee working on my tummy.
I didn't mean to laugh at that. I am just incredibly nervous right now. We're just gonna go with one flashlight here,
Yeah,
folks.
people stress laugh.
The blue light. If there's somebody in here with me right now, turn that bad boy off now. This is horrifying, though.
Yeah.
But I'm stronger than that because it's just in my head. It's all in my head. And the light turned off. Okay. Well, if there's somebody in here with me right now, turn the light back on. In 3, 2, 1, on.
A great deal of my time was spent napping because I thought, well, what's the scariest thing I can do, even as someone who doesn't believe in ghosts? And I think, you know, going into this allegedly haunted house, laying on the ground next to a bed where a person was murdered in their sleep, and closing your eyes is a good challenge.
Yeah.
Going upstairs. Parents' bedroom. Is there anybody in here with me? I know my big tall friend came in here and probably roughed you up a little bit. Told you that I was the guy that you could come in and push around. That's not true. In fact, I'm one of the most feared ghost hunters alive. And that's what you are, a ghost.
Just a little thread.
Because you're just a man.
Little thread. Make your belt timing go.
And men die. We're at the halfway point here. The party is almost over, so to speak. We're not going to have much time left. So that being said, it's time to go into the lion's den. I mean, quite literally, I have to crouch down to get into this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, buddy boy. You wanted me? Here I am.
You know, I heard that houses that had murders in them are cheaper to buy. Would you buy a house that had a murder in it? Might be good
My
in
name
this
is Ryan.
economy.
What's your name? Can you say my name back to me? Why did you do what you did here? You want me to leave? Just leave? Why do you want me to leave? Do you not like being talked to this way? You got 10 seconds to start speaking or I'm turning it off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, why the fuck do I still have this? It should be in the trash.
What a relief.
That was a spiritual experience inside there.
Was it good in there? How you doing? How'd it go?
I feel kind of invigorated, honestly.
Well, goodbye, Villisca.
It's been real, but I'm real glad I'm leaving. Let's go.
Yep.
One last look. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Absolute beaut. Absolute beaut.
After
I mean,
5
it is a
years,
nice-looking
a
house.
widespread effort failed to find any credible suspects.
It's even got,
Hauser
it's
added,
even got a
quote,
thing to go into
"You got a
it. There's
murder
a
in a small
tornado.
town with 5 years of gossip. Everyone in town at some point was a suspect." End quote. Legal proceedings involving 3 different men were pursued, but no one was ever convicted of the horrifying crimes that befell the Moore family and the Stillinger girls. The Villisca axe murders remain one of the most infamous cold cases in American history. We will never know what took place in the Moore family home on that night in June 1912, which resulted in the loss of 8 innocent lives, or if the tragic victims of that gruesome and brutal crime still roam the residence they once called home over 100 years later. Whether the Villisca axe murder house is haunted by those who lost their lives that night, or if the property itself was stained by the pure evil from the unspeakable acts perpetrated by an unknown murderer, will remain unsolved.
I will see you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out my Etsy store because they still have hats available. Because people buy my hats. People bought my house. People bought my hats. I updated the listing, and that makes it last. That makes the listing last longer. So, want to try and sell out my hats, or want to just give me $1 from my Ko-fi? See you guys in the next one.